Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Sidekick Tarot. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, go ahead and check out my wife's channel at Val53 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. I'll be starting by pulling your current or overall energy. And then we'll be going into clarifiers. Okay, I'll get the cards out first, and then I'll begin. Ooh. Wow, Aquarius, what is going on with this? Okay. Since I saw it first, we'll take that one. Interesting. Jumping into this, Aquarius, what you do show me, there definitely is some sort of communication here between you and someone taking place, and it does feel open, it does feel honest. It does. Now, at the same time, though, moving forward, it also feels as if there is something here of a emotional consideration, possibly between something going on between the two of you, trying to figure out what to do moving forward. Or maybe this is you just kind of considering your options of what you want to do, what you feel like doing. And that being said, you are having some sort of breakthrough here. So I feel like you are discovering or gaining some sort of clarity as to where you're at emotionally, where you're at mentally, when it comes to your options and possibilities. At the same time, I feel like this truth of whatever this is causing quite a bit of emotional pain and disappointment that you are having to acknowledge and kind of focus on moving forward with, which you are definitely focused on moving forward. But yet, at the same time, you're showing me this energy of focus is being utilized in such a way where you're actually beginning to emotionally check out and distance yourself and become a little bit more so cold and reserved. But what you're showing me is this emotional checking out is definitely for the sake of checking in to your intuition and your instincts, which I do find very fascinating. You're kind of saying, I'm not going to necessarily listen to my emotions. Actually, I feel like you are. At the same time, you're kind of like, I'm going to put my emotions to the side, I should say, to kind of just listen to what that small, still inner voice is telling me and see where kind of life takes me. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into clarifiers and see what we can find. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, whatever this communication is, it's definitely, it's a little bit rough to hear. It's a little bit rough to know and have. I almost feel like whatever this is, even though it's honest and open, it does feel like it can lead to, I'm not going to say hurt feelings, but definitely possibly a disappointment, dissatisfaction, feeling like, great. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. Yeah. Even when you trying to figure out what you can kind of do about everything emotionally, you're still kind of, it's a little bit flip-flop. It's a back and forth thing going on here between your thoughts and your emotions. It's an energy of which one's kind of like trying to not necessarily take over, but it's definitely flip-flopping between which one is going to kind of help you move forward, your thoughts or your emotions. I feel like you're having to work through both, unfortunately, to kind of see clearly. Yeah. Difficult, but you definitely are finding your truth. That is for sure. You are. I like this though, because it is pointing in the direction of, okay, now what can I do about all this? Whew. You're doing your study. You're doing your study, Aquarius. It's very, very quickly. Very quickly. It's almost like you take one glance or one look over at something or, possibly someone, but I feel like it's more so something specific to you. And you just know. Ooh. Wow, 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 wow. What is that? Um, what is that, Aquarius? What is that? What are you showing me? Yeah, it definitely feels like you're having to kind of, how do I say this? It feels as if you're having to try and pick up the pieces. But that's what's fascinating, Aquarius, is you're showing me, I kind of feel like I have to pick myself up and continue on throughout my day and continue doing what I need to do to kind of bring in more security or further security. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. You're like, I focus on moving forward and doing what I can. At the same time, that's all I can kind of do. Um, I feel like you're kind of, yeah, I feel like you're kind of, how do I say this? You're bringing order into your internal world, your thoughts and your emotions. You're bringing order into it. You're definitely not wanting to lose yourself. Oh, geez. You're not wanting to lose yourself. You're wanting to be more in touch and more in tune with yourself, much more self-aware. And that's what I find very fascinating. Is ultimately what you're saying is, even by emotionally kind of disconnecting, I don't exactly know what this is, but you're ultimately showing me like I'm trying to keep my emotions and feelings out of it. At the same time, you're kind of saying, but it's so very difficult and hard to keep my emotions and my feelings out of it. And yeah, it is. It is, especially if there's emotions and feelings currently there. You're kind of like, you're showing me two different energies. You kind of show me you're trying to keep your emotional distance from whatever this is or possibly whoever this is. Um, but even then, you're kind of like it's not very happy. It's not happy times. It's not good times. You're kind of showing me it's like you're trying to be in a sense emotionally neutral with all this, but at what price or at what cost? It kind of feels like at your price or at your cost. Yeah, you're trying to figure out what you need to do. You are. You're trying to figure out what you need to do. Mm. You're sitting with it. You're sitting with it until you do know. You're trying to kind of figure out like, okay. Um, what it's kind of like what you're saying is what is my intuition? What are my instincts telling me that I need to kind of act on right now? Life is stepping in. Life is stepping in. That's fascinating. Life is stepping in, Aquarius, and ultimately, what I like about this is life stepping in. This is what's fated or destined to take place. I kind of feel like you're gonna watch life unfold in such a way where it almost kind of brings a sense of peace of mind to you, which is very interesting. It's kind of like saying whatever this change or switch is, you can kind of put the stress and the fear and the worry away about whatever this is. It definitely feels like again, it feels like financial security, but it also feels like something much more than just that. It feels like what you are going through emotionally and mentally for the sake of it. I'm being honest. And whether or not, it is definitely something I'm going to say for you. Because the way you're responding, it's an energy of you feel like you kind of have to do this. But again, I'm a little curious as to why, but we won't dig. Goodbye.